The accuser, who is now in her 40s, has added Jay-Z to a suit alleging he and Sean Diddy Combs drugged and raped her at a party in 2000 while an unnamed female celebrity watched on. The rapper is the first celebrity to be accused of sexual assault in connection with Combs. And joining me now is entertainment and corporate attorney Tre Lovell. Tre, thanks as always for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
In this case here, Jay-Z has filed for the accuser's identity to be revealed and is calling this an extortion attempt, essentially. How is it looking to you?
Well, it's going to be interesting because both sides have really come out strong. And, whether or not the evidence supports the victim's claims, or whether or not this is turning out just to be kind of a ploy to use the publicity side to leverage a settlement, is really going to fly and fall with the facts of the evidence. But with respect to what Jay-Z's facing, he has both a publicity fight to do as well as a legal fight to do, and he's coming out strong on both ends.
And with that fight, does it look like he's going to hold on? Like, even if this charge doesn't come to anything, will this linger with him, do you think?
I mean, it certainly will. I mean, I don't think this is going to end quickly. Anytime that you're related to or sitting next to P. Diddy in these claims, it's very serious. It can affect his brand and his reputation very seriously. But it's really just going to fall with the evidence. And depending on after 20 years, what the victim has in terms of establishing whether or not the event really happened, because memories fade. There's no empirical science, empirical evidence. There's no documentation, things like that. So it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle from the victim's standpoint, but still, it's going to be affecting, Diddy's reputation, or I'm sorry, Jay-Z's reputation.
Now, the woman's lawyer said she doesn't want a penny from him. She just wants, I guess, her voice to be heard on this one.
Yeah, that's what they say, because both sides are really trying to vie for public support on this. This is a he said, she said situation because of the time element that's passed. But it's going to be, interesting in terms of the evidence that's going to be produced, what she has, as well as facing the extortion lawsuit. Because if this turns out there's no real evidence behind it, and they're just trying to leverage the publicity, Jay-Z's extortion lawsuit could have some teeth. So it's really serious for both sides.
And how will this move forward legally? Does it tie in with Combs at all?
Well, it's including Combs as a co-defendant, and it's a civil suit, so it's not really related to the criminal side. But it's going to be moving forward just like the other civil lawsuits are, which each kind of borrowing evidence, from the other. But this one is going to be, heavily defended and aggressively defended by Jay-Z. I wouldn't expect any quick settlements. Mm-hmm. I think he's got too much on the line, and a settlement would kind of concede some merit. So I anticipate that he's going to fight, to the end.
Could we see criminal charges come out of this?
That's a great question because, criminal prosecutions often, derive from civil lawsuits. That's where the authorities and the prosecutors, first learn about some of these facts. So they will definitely be taking a look at this case, mm-hmm. and a look at Jay-Z's situation. But, unless they have, really compelling evidence that could prove beyond a reasonable doubt, they'll probably just continue to focus on Diddy. I think from the government side and the criminal prosecutions, Diddy's been the focus, from the beginning. And I think it's going to stay to be the focus.
Okay, Tre, thank you as always for your insight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Entertainment and corporate attorney, Tre Lovell.